War or economy? What's going to be the bigger issue in the fall? Or is there something else?
Well, I think they're interlocked. I think the reason the American people worry so much about energy is partly the economy, partly the personal impact of $4 and $5 gasoline, and partly, as we found in a poll at American Solutions a year ago, 78% of the country said it was dangerous to rely on foreign dictatorships for oil. And I think they see that both as a national security issue, as an economic issue. On the other hand, I will say, the recent Supreme Court decision to turn over to a local district judge decisions of national security and life and death that should be made by the President and the Congress is the most extraordinarily arrogant and destructive decision the Supreme Court has made in its history.
In its history.
Worse than Dred Scott, worse than, because, for the following reason. The court has now knowingly stepped in, and this morning's newspapers say smugglers had actually gotten the design of a nuclear weapon. That we now have the evidence that the people out there had a nuclear weapon design. And this court is saying that any random district judge, based on whatever their personal caprice is, whatever their personal ideological bias, can intervene with a terrorist in such a way, and this is something that the Italians will tell you about fighting the mafia.
Here's my question. Why won't the inexperience argument work against Obama then? If you're talking about all these dangers out there in foreign policy with nuclear weapons, and why can't the McCain successfully argue that Obama is just not ready for that job?
My judgment, as somebody who studied politics for a long time, is because it won't work in the end. Obama's a very articulate, very intelligent Harvard law graduate, who is extraordinarily smart, and he is not going to come across in a debate like some guy who's dopey. I mean, he's going to come across as fully prepared. He knows how to study all this stuff. He has good military advisors. The problem with Obama is he's wrong. It's not that he's inexperienced, it's that his policies are wrong. He applauded this court decision. This court decision is a disaster, which could cost us a city. And the debate ought to be over whether or not you're prepared to risk losing an American city on behalf of 5 lawyers. It was a 5-4 decision. And 5 lawyers have decided that the Supreme Court counts more than the Congress and the President combined in national security. That has never been true in American history. That ought to be a principled argument between McCain and Obama about whether or not you're prepared to allow any random nutcake district judge who has no knowledge of national security to set the rules for terrorists.